opinions and ideas expressed in the following Moraine Valley Broadcast Channel recording are those of its creators and do not represent the views of Moraine Valley Community College.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, me, Omar, and my friend
Jacob.
We're going to talk about how third parties don't get much media coverage and how the media is promoting specific parties other than the others.
Yeah, the first thing that really comes to mind when I think about third-party coverage being limited is Bernie Sanders. Even though he ran on a main ticket, the Democratic one, he's traditionally independent, and he complained even with him being running on the Democratic ticket that the focus was more on Clinton and Trump. And now, even with him conceding with the other candidates in the race, Jill Stein and Gary Johnson, that seems to be the case as well, with more of the mainstream networks focusing on Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, and looking at last Monday's debate, there was a lot of commotion about how Gary Johnson was not in it and how the system was made to keep him and other candidates away from the debate and leave the debate between the Republicans and Democrats. And there was also Jill Stein. She said that American voters are clamoring for other choices and demanding an open debate. And Johnson also had a petition trying to get him into the debate, which also was not covered by the media, trying to get people signatures to get into the debate. And Jacob, do you think it has any effect on the voting polls, how the media is?
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that they have to poll at least 15% to make it to the debates, but I feel like if they don't get the chance to cover their platforms and really their issues in these debates, they'll never get their polling numbers up. And it really has a significant impact on their polling numbers.
Of course. I think a lot of people watched the TV and the debate was broadcasted over a very big platform, which a lot of stations, TV stations and channels was broadcasted over many stations and channels. That means there will be a lot of viewers and audience to see those candidates, and such that Gary and Stein were not in the debate. That means they had less chances that their voice will be sent to the other audiences.
Yeah, I think it's definitely unfair that they don't get the exposure that they should. And I think the 15% number is a little unrealistic if they're not getting this exposure, and that leads me to my next point. Do you think that the government should change that rule about polling at least 15%, or should they at least provide an equal platform so third-party candidates can express themselves?
Definitely, the government should create an equal platform for the other candidates to make it an even and a fair election, since that the four candidates have different finance. If you look at Jill Stein, she had 1.9 million in finance, and Johnson had 7.9, and Trump had 128.2 million for his campaign, and Clinton had 516 million for her campaign, which represents that financial infrastructure they have, that they can't afford going that much to the extent to reach everybody for their campaign. And the government should give those people a chance, an equal chance to promote their ideas. When there is some of those people, the unpopular candidates, they'll have real issues they're trying to fix in the system and our social lives. And on the other hand, we have like Trump and Clinton, where they have also they reaching to the surface of the problems that we have, and many people won't get the chance to see the problems or the ways that those candidates try to fix the problems.
Yeah, I think we can both agree that with greater finance within the campaign, the greater influence they have on the media. And so, do you think that the government should play a role in providing information on the individual candidates' platforms and where they stand? Or is it more a citizen's responsibility to seek out the information for themselves and to make sure they're informed when election day comes?
Definitely, the government should sponsor the fact checks and bring all the facts and information about the candidates to the people, because there is a lot of stuff going behind the scene that people don't really know about. And I think also for the which they give the right to those candidates to say whatever they want, no matter what is right or false, is their the political speech that goes under the was it like Second Amendment?
First Amendment.
First Amendment, right? That they can say whatever they want to say, even if it was false, as long as it's just ideological, they can do it, which is very bad for the people that telling bad information that could ruin the society.
Yeah, and especially with the majority of people getting their information last minute, within the final 2 weeks prior to voting, it really is critical for people to understand the facts. But with this election, I'm not necessarily sure how that would sway people, because it seems like the majority of the population has their mind made up one way or the other. But I also think there's a significant population of people who don't like either party within the two-party system, and they'd like to see another option, but they might not just be aware that they exist because of the limited coverage within the media.
And definitely the election has become also as a product to sell to the people, where they're just selling Trump and Clinton because they're the most popular.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like trying to sell Pepsi and Coca-Cola. And I have seen many like businesses where they also promoting those two people other than the others. Like there's those bakery where they making Trump and Clinton pizzas, but they don't make other candidates pizzas. So it's like unfair for the others. So people trying to make money selling those people beside the others.
And I think the same goes on the political scale. There's other items on the menu, but we might not necessarily be aware of it.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So we're just going to conclude that the TV, the government should regulate the elections and promoting the candidates equally and fairly for the people.
Thank you for listening today. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Omar. Have a good day.